Woo, 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 woo. What's going on, everybody? Today we're going to talk about how to create a professional Instagram page. Woo, 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 woo. If you guys are familiar with who I am, my name is Jeremiah Vegan. My name is Jeremiah Vegan. My name is Jeremiah Vegan. Did I mention my name was Jeremiah Vegan? I am your host that does the most. As you can see, this is the place where you need to be. I'm a personal brand consultant and influencer marketing strategist that specializes in helping brands develop their online following as well as convert in more sales for your small business. Today we got a goodie. This is episode 5 of the business critique series that we just started. I believe it's episode 5. If you're watching this on YouTube, you can check in the description to see what episode it is specifically. This is a series where I take volunteers who participated in this, which shout out to you guys for doing that. I take their website or their social media page, Instagram or YouTube, and I basically critique it, give my thoughts, different marketing techniques that they can implement, as well as promotion for them in exchange for awareness of the brand. Okay, so this kind of service that I'm doing for free, just to bring awareness to everybody. But you can also go on to jeremiahvegan.com to get this type of service that I do for you and more in detail. Alright, today it's going to be a good one. How to create a professional Instagram page. Our special guest is Cheryl Nicole. Y'all gonna have to excuse the little PowerPoint. It's a little crooked, but I wanted to make sure I get it out there. Alright, it's all about the information. Shout out to Cheryl, okay, from CherylNicole.com, I believe it is. Cheryl Prince. I want to give a shout out to you, the very beautiful Miss Cheryl, and you guys can follow her on Cheryl Nicole _ the lifestyle. We're going to talk about her Instagram page and give some good information, alright, on her Instagram page. Just some housekeeping rules real quick before I get into the video. If your business is featured in this series, please make sure that you subscribe to Jeremiah Vegan YouTube channel. If you like the content, I'm not forcing you, but if you like the content, make sure you subscribe. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can get notified every time I release some valuable information for you. And this critique is not to disrespect you or anyone who is in this series in the future. This is only to give you promotion and criticism in a way for you to grow your business. Okay, that's all it's for, is positivity. Okay, make sure that you visit jeremiahvegan.com. I just made it public last night, so make sure you go on there. We're going to be constantly adding information and content as much as we possibly can, so go ahead and check that out. Let's get into the Instagram page. All right, I don't want to talk you guys ear off. All right, so we're here on the Instagram page for Cheryl Nicole _ the lifestyle. Soon as I go on to the Instagram page right here on my computer, I'm not on my phone, so it's going to look a little different, but you're going to see her bio, you're going to see her, and then you're going to see a brief description on what she has to offer. Okay, so it says Cheryl Nicole, the lifestyle, empowerment, inspirational style, and inspiration, style, networking, and so much more. Visit CherylNicole.com. Shop, subscribe, share, and support CherylNicole.com. Okay, so there should be more clarity. I believe there should be a lot more clarity on what it is that she provides. So when it comes to this Instagram page and Instagram marketing, if you're looking to grow your business, the best thing that you can do to grow your Instagram page and to build your brand is to have clarity. You need to find out what you want to portray and what your brand is. You need to identify what your brand is and what do you want to accomplish and what kind of experience you want your audience to get when they go to your brand. A brand is essentially an experience that your client or customer receives whenever they encounter your business or you. Okay, so that's really it. All it boils down to is an experience, and there are different strategies and techniques that you can use to enhance your brand and to give your customers, in this case scenario, your customer, the experience that you want them to do. So you need to create that experience for them. And I think it starts off with the bio, okay? You need to identify what you want them to feel when they're reading your bio, and you need to make it simple for them. Alright, so you kept it really vague. And so I definitely will go a little bit more into detail in less words, if you can, on what it is that Cheryl Nicole provides. Okay, so Cheryl Nicole lifestyle, empowerment, inspirational, style, networking, and so much more. It's really vague. I had a chance to look at your website, so I kind of get a different vibe than what you're saying in the bio, just from my personal experience of me encountering it. I love your products, like a lot of your products that you have on there. I'm even looking to get some of your products, so I really like them. I think you should just make sure that there is some clarity if you're promoting CherylNicole.com. I also want to acknowledge the fact that there isn't a lot of clarity when it comes to the brand. Okay, so I'm not sure if CherylNicole.com is a part of you. Is it if you're a personal brand, or if CherylNicole.com is a company? If it's a company, then you might want to use this IG page as more of a company page, or you can just create another company page for CherylNicole.com and create that accordingly. Now, you don't have to create another page if it's your personal brand. I wouldn't do it, but I'm a real big firm believer, and this is for anybody watching. If you are creating if you want to generate revenue and you want to create a business using social media platforms, you need to decide what you're going to use your social media account for. Okay, are you going to use it for personal, or are you going to use it for business? If you're going to build your business and you want to build a sustainable brand, you should separate it. Okay, you should separate your networks from business or personal. I personally don't use any social media for personal that much. Okay, all of my stuff is business based. I feel like I can, if I make friends with my ideal audience and my customers, that's fantastic. But my primary goal is just to bring awareness to the Jeremiah Vineyard brand and to add value to people's lives. So everything is business related. I deactivated my personal business account, or my personal account, last year, but that's just me. Now, if you want to separate your personal account, you absolutely can do that. So I would say to add a little bit more clarity when it comes to your Instagram account. Okay, so with that being said, I'm looking at it, and again, the clarity of the brand is definitely, I definitely think that there should be some clarity going on as far as what kind of experience you want your customer to receive. I'm looking at everything, and there is just some sporadic posts. Okay, so you have, let me look this up. And this is not to disrespect you anyway at all, because like I said, I love your products. I'm just trying to give you as much value as I possibly can. And I'm trying to be unbiased as I possibly can, and look at your post or look at your Instagram as more for consumer than anything. If I'm interested in buying products or something like that. So I'm looking at this. Besides eating, napping is my favorite pastime. Once an amateur, I'm now a pro. Actually, I'm a certified specialist. You could become one too. Get your tea and become certified today. Okay, link below. Right here. Side note, my mama wore me out last night. No subbering Saturday as planned. This chick said 2 hours. Yeah, we didn't get home until after 2 minutes, 2 to 3 minutes. I had hearty Caribbean brunch after working at church this morning, so a nap was in order. Okay, so I'm reading this post, and I think you should be a personal brand just off this, because I actually like this. I actually like that you added a side note to this, because that means you're getting personal and you're doing something that I don't see as much, honestly. So I think you should definitely work with that. Like, if you want to do something where you're talking about the tea, you can either put the tea at the top. Like, you can either talk about your product at the top, or you can make a make a post, or you can talk about what your personal stuff you got going on, to add kind of a little bit, to kind of humanize you with your brand. You can add this first, or you can do it the other way around, whichever formula works for you. So I like the formula that you use where you're talking about you know, this tea to get people kind of enticed or intrigued on what it is that you're offering, and then you talk about the side note, what you and you kind of go into detail about what happened in your personal life or whatever, which I think is cool. Kept it professional. I would say link in bio. I would say link in bio if you're on Instagram. I don't think you can see a link. There's no link that they can click on. So I would definitely say link in bio. Instagram has it set up where you can only click on links in the bio, from my understanding, unless they changed it again. Okay, so that's one thing. Let's go on to the next photo. Pray this in Jesus' name. Okay, right off the bat, unless you want this kind of experience to, if this is a part of your brand, then I can kind of see it. But when you're adding like spirituality and religion, you just kind of need to be a little bit more skeptical on posting that. You kind of gotta be a little bit more thoughtful when you're doing that, because you don't want to kind of force your beliefs onto someone. And a lot of people are, you know, agnostic and atheists and stuff like that. So I try to stay religion, race, political stuff, just to kind of just to kind of keep everything on a clean slate and only focus what my brand is. If your brand is that, by all means go for it. But when you're dealing with praying and Jesus Christ and stuff like that, I'm not disrespecting the religion at all. I'm just saying when you get into that, you just kind of need to be a little bit more thoughtful on if you want to. You kind of need to consider if that's something that you want to be a part of your brand or not, because you're going to lose audience as time progresses if you haven't already, if someone looks at that and they're not in tune into that. So they might be in tune with the Afrocentric stuff that you might provide, which by me looking at your products, I know that you are, you know, really in tune with their ethnicity and everything like that, and I think that's beautiful. But a lot of those people may not be religious, so that's just something that you just want to kind of consider. Okay, and once again, you want to make sure that you have some clarity on what it is that you need to have some clarity on what kind of experience you want your customer to have. That's very important, guys, to make sure that you give your customer an experience, a visual experience. Your Instagram account has a voice, so you need to create that voice with different creative ways on marketing. So if you want your personal brand and you want your Instagram account to bring you money, you need to create it to where it can generate you revenue, and you need to create it to where you could build a brand. Okay, so it looks like the content so far is kind of sporadic, so I definitely would organize it in a way where you can definitely just try to make it more relevant towards your brand. Okay, this is more so a personal page. All right, so and there's some information that I want to go over that I looked up for you. So we're going to talk about how to create a Instagram layout to make it more professional for your brand. So let's get into it. Okay, Cheryl, I'm trying to go quickly as I possibly can. I want to keep everybody's attention. I'm on the previewApp.com blog. Okay, it's a blog I came across where they cover 9 simple tips that will instantly improve your Instagram feed. Okay, your Instagram profile. So I kind of went over it, and I'm going to share some information with you guys as well to kind of give you an idea on how to create more revenue to your brand and give your brand that experience that it needs to have. Okay, so the first thing that we want to go over is the grid layout. The grid layout is basically the overall layout on your profile. When someone goes to your profile, it's on the mobile device. This is pretty much what it looks like. Okay, it's the layout. You want to make sure that there is you are even branding your layout accordingly. Okay, and I want to also do a side note. It's very important to have your brand colors in tune with each other. Okay, like I said, a brand is an experience that you want your customers to receive. Okay, you want them to be able to identify you subconsciously. Okay, so if your colors are red and black or black and white or whatever the case may be, you need to have those color schemes across all of your social media platforms so people can easily identify who you are, and you can doing that, you can even subconsciously market to them by using color schemes. So it's really a psychological thing when you're doing that, and it's just a real deeper meaning. Okay, so that is just something to kind of consider. Alright, so you want to make sure that you do your grid layout. According to the article, it says the first thing that you need to know is the layout of your overall feed. This will make it so much easier to stick out, to be to a consistent Instagram theme. It's an easy way to start a theme. There are several types of Instagram layouts. I went into details about each type in this article. Alright, so you can kind of see what their Instagram themes are. I see a lot of people do this where they have colors, right? So they are actually strategic on what they post. So you want to be strategic on what you want to post. Alright, like for example, I can already tell by looking at this color scheme that is white and yellow. Right? So they got one that's white here, then they got a yellow photo, then they got white here, and then they got yellow, then they got white here, then they got yellow, then they got white here, then they got yellow, right? So there's a pattern. There's a pattern that they created. So they're creating an experience when you log on to their Instagram account. Also, look at this one. This person, they want their layout to look like this, right? So it's like a puzzle. Like, it's very visually pleasing when you look at stuff like this. And you also need to be able to have a Instagram account where you know exactly where your customer or the person, the user, whoever's visiting your Instagram profile, they know exactly what you do within 30 seconds. By looking at this account, I'm not sure on what it is that you do other than you having a website. And you probably sell products, but I'm not sure what kind of products you sell, and I'm not sure if you're a personal brand or a company. Okay, if you are a personal brand, which from look at it, it looks like you are Cheryl Nicole the brand, right? Which is a beautiful idea. I think it is it's easy to get engaged with your fans on or your followers on a personal level, and it's easier to build a rapport when you're a personal brand. So that's why I started my brand this year, and that's why I'm able to build my following, because people are in tune on who I am. They know what I represent. Okay, so just kind of keep that in mind. But let's go back to the video, or the theme. Alright, so the second thing that they cover is choose a theme. Call it a vibe, a mood, a soul, an Instagram theme. An Instagram thing is what your Instagram feed looks overall. Okay, sidebar. I kind of looked over this stuff. I didn't read it. So I'm already saying stuff that they're already saying. Okay, so you call it a vibe. You want to choose a theme. You need to figure out what you want your customer to feel whenever they encounter you. Okay, you want to have a visual personality. I said that too before. So what do you want your theme to be? You want it to be a grunge, you want it to be moody, you want it to be boho, you want to be tropical. In your case, you want to be Afrocentric, right? Or whatever whatever you want your brand to be at. Like I said, I look at your website before, and that was what I was going to cover first, but I know you wanted me to do your Instagram account. So but just off of my memory, I remember that it was just based on different messages that you want to portray, and was really, Afrocentric from what I felt when I went onto your store online. All right, so you need to pick what are you passionate about. Pick 3 things that you absolutely love. Okay, so that goes back to what you want your message to be, right? It goes back to what I think when you're doing or creating a apparel store, like whether you're designing t-shirts or merchandise, it's very important that you identify what your message is overall before you even design a website or create a name. You need to already have it in your head what you want your message to portray. What do you want to represent? Because that ties into the creativity on how you do certain things, right? That ties into creativity, right? I'm gonna give you guys an example towards the end of this video, if this video isn't too long, because can't have it being too long. So pick 3 things that you're passionate about. What are you passionate about? What are some things that you absolutely love? For example, fashion, food, nature. Share photos about these 3 topics. So they're basically recommending that you share photos on your niche, right? Or whatever your brand is, okay? So it doesn't necessarily have to be about your product. It can be about just giving, you can give value in different shapes and sizes, okay? But it should be relevant towards your your brand, okay? So if you want to post, this is just an example, but if you just want to post about the Black Panther, right? Because it's relevant, it may be relevant towards your brand. This is for anybody who wants to take the example, okay? This is just an example. So say you're selling African stuff, right? You're selling African merchandise, right? With dashikis and stuff like that. And Black Panther just came out. It's a huge box office hit, right? You can talk about Black Panther, but then you can tie that into your brand and get people to forward them to your store or whatnot. Okay, so that's just an example. Alright, so we want to pick one filter and stick out. A theme is nothing without a filter. This is according to what she is saying, okay? This is our preference, but I definitely think that the brand is identified with a grid layout. So I definitely think you should look into creating a layout and think about what you post going forward if you're going to use this Instagram account to grow your business. Alright, so I'm not going to go over all of these, but it says space your photos out perfectly. Alright, so at this stage you have a layout in mind. You know what you want your theme to look like. You have your filter. They just going over different things like that. And you make sure you want to be color coordinate, okay? You want to make sure you color coordinate, and you just have a pattern on how you do your Instagram page, right? And you also want to make sure that you do high quality photos if you can. I definitely recommend that you do high quality photos. Okay, so one more example before we go on to another topic. Alright, this is another article by planthat.com, and they have done an article on 7 Instagram grid layouts with examples you can try for yourself. Okay, so 7 creative Instagram grid layout ideas you can try yourself with a free template. Okay, so you can definitely create your own grids. Alright, so create a theme and a color scheme and basically make your post accordingly. Okay, there's another example right here where they got this person that has pink images, pink images, pink images, pink images, pink images. Like they just go back and forth. Okay, so that's just another example on how you can brand your Instagram profile to get more traffic and to give people an idea and give people an experience. Give people an idea on what you do and give people an experience. Alright, that's the most important part. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk to you about, Cheryl, and anybody who is interested in building their Instagram following and creating a professional Instagram page is marketing, right? So there's nothing, you don't have a business if you don't have awareness of what you do, right? So you definitely need to promote your business. There are several ways to go about it, but if you are looking to promote your business primarily on Instagram and drive people to your website that way, you definitely need to figure out how you're going to market. Okay, so I'm going to give you guys some free techniques, some strategies that you can implement and apply so you could get more followers to your brand. All right, so I'm giving you guys the whole shebang. All right, this is a service that I typically do, that I offer on my website. By the way, this is JeremiahVega.com. I did a blog on this strategy called the $80 Instagram strategy that has been popularized. I should say it's been popularized by Gary Vee, and now everybody knows it as the $180 Instagram strategy. Okay, so let me go on. If you go to blog right here, you can either go to blog or quick tips, and you find the blog where I cover how to grow your following on Instagram today. I only have 3 posts because this website is new, but this is a shameless plug. Make sure you guys go to JeremiahVega.com, click on the blog section or quick tips, and you're going to be able to easily find this article if this is something that you want to look up. And the title is How to Grow Your Following on Instagram Today with Techniques. Okay, with a different technique. Alright, so one thing that I recommend that you do if you don't have a budget is you set up a time where all you do is engage on Instagram. Okay, if this is primarily what you want to do, you definitely want to set up a time where all you do is engage on Instagram. All right, you can comment on 9 of the top posts you see for 10 tags that are relevant towards your niche. That is a total of about 10 posts, or excuse me, that is a total of about 90 posts per day. And you want to leave value when you are posting on the top 9 posts. And you're going to comment on 10 tags. Let me say that again so there's no confusion. You want to comment on 9 of the top posts you see for 10 tags relevant towards your niche. All right. That is a total of about 90 posts per day, and you want to leave value. You don't want to spam whatsoever. You want to leave value. Don't spam. Don't ask for a follow or follow and then unfollow. You just want to engage and add value. Leave your comment and make sure that you stand out. Say something nice if you like it, if you like a post, or give an opinion. Okay, respond and answer other people's questions, then go to the next post and leave value. And you're going to do this over and over again. This is called the $80 plan. You're going to give your 2 cents, meaning your opinion, on different posts that are relevant towards your niche, and you want to comment on the top niche or the top post, right, relevant towards your niche. For example, if you're targeting Instagram marketing, you can target the top post related to Instagram marketing. Okay, and then once you type it on Instagram, it'll be able to tell you what are the top posts when you start typing in whatever your relevant tags will be. Okay, so you need to figure out what your target audience would be, if that makes sense. Hopefully I'm not rambling to you guys. You guys get an idea of what I'm talking about. I also did a video on it to kind of give you an idea on what I mean more in depth. And there's another guy who has a network of over 1 million Instagram followers, where he actually works with influencers and brands. He actually helps them build their Instagram pages up. So now this $80 Instagram strategy that I'm telling you about, you can do this yourself, or you can hire someone to do it. I've heard you can just look up Instagram growth or something like that, Instagram growth management. You can go to and see what comes up if you want people to manage your Instagram and build these type of relationships for you. I used 98 Bucks Social. I called them and see if this was the last year, so I will call to make sure that they still offer that service. But they actually do this service where they actually do what I just talked to you about for like 90, 100 bucks. and they post every day for you. Okay, so there's other companies that do it for you if you don't want to do it yourself. Okay, but all it takes is commitment and consistency and just adding value, and you're going to get people, you're going to be getting people to go to your page like immediately. Okay, so that is something that I think you could implement when it comes to getting more followers and getting high targeted followers. Okay, I'm not gonna go too much into depth because you can just go on a website and look for it yourself just to kind of get an idea. But that is a free technique. That's a free strategy that you can implement to start getting more followers. You can also do certain things like, like the traditional stuff, like running ads and participating in Facebook groups and stuff like that, and add value that way. I build a lot of my following off of Facebook, just giving value, just giving content, and people gravitate towards me because of the knowledge that I have in certain areas. So you can kind of do that, and you can kind of apply my technique to your niche, and I think you will start seeing results. But you don't have a business if you don't have a marketing strategy. I think from our conversation, if I remember correctly, you go to different events, which is awesome too. You network in different events, and you do have like different booths that you set up, which I think is fantastic as well. So it's all about, it's not one way to success. There's multiple ways to success. So it's whatever works for you. But since we are talking about the Instagram page, I figured that I would give you tips regarding Instagram to get you going in the right direction. So if you're interested in getting more services, just let me know. I can go a little bit more into detail. I actually plan what I talk about, so where I'm not rambling, I'm actually going into detail on certain things, and I try to be very practical when I'm giving advice to get people going in the right direction. If there's anyone that wants to grow their Instagram, or they want to grow their business or brand, you can always go on jeremiahvega.com and get more information about that. And you can also just check my YouTube channel. I give a lot of free information, and I give a lot of free information on jeremiahvega.com. So you guys check it out. Hopefully that helps you, get you going in the right direction. And you can always reach out to me, Cheryl, if you have any questions, and I definitely will help you out any way that I can. So I want to thank you personally for volunteering, and you're a beautiful person. I think you have some great products, and I think you're on the right path. You just have to be consistent. I seen your interview, by the way. That's what I need to tell you. I just reminded myself. I'm definitely going to talk to you about that. You did a great job. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys tune in. If you guys are interested of getting your question answered regarding your business, make sure that you go to jeremiahvega.com, scroll down, and I will answer your question pertaining to your business in a YouTube video, and I try to answer these quicker as I possibly can. The business critique series takes a lot of time, so I'm kind of doing everything around my schedule, and I'm going to be releasing these at a specific day. But when it comes to these questions, the Q&As, I try to answer the same day I get them. So if you have a question, make sure you go on jeremiahvega.com. Even if you are in these business critique series, if you have a specific question you want me to answer, I'll answer it for you quick as possible. Okay, so thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you guys hopefully tomorrow. We'll see. Thanks.